Somehow I managed to leave the house on time. I couldn't find my laptop, my backpack, or anything. My mind was still reeling from that crazy dream. I even stepped outside the kitchen door before I noticed my shoes weren't on. Maybe I was a little nervous for the first day of school, like my dad. I ran back inside and slipped on my Vans. Walking down the side of my house, I passed the front porch and our patio bench. My mind played tricks on me because I swear I saw a small black creature run from underneath the bench. The uneasiness stayed with me until I saw the twins, Camila and Ruben. I couldn't help but smile when I saw them by the trees near the bus stop. They weren't identical twins at all, not in a way that you could tell they were twins. Anyone could see the similarities in their physical features that told you they were related. Both had kind brown eyes. Camila had dark brown hair and shiny cheekbones with a quick smile. Ruben had natural good looks that drew the attention of girls in our classes. He never noticed the looks from girls and will change the subject the moment his mom brings it up. Ruben was shorter than Camila by a few inches, and she never let him forget it. Camila was not a bully or anything to Ruben. It was just something she would like to point out from time to time. She also liked to remind Ruben that she was his bigger sister by 2 minutes. He would shake off her comments as basic sister teasing. They were incredibly creative and fun to be around. Nothing ever seemed to bother them much, except for the 3 C's. I'll explain about them soon. Ruben, Camila, and I have known each other since the first grade, but our true friendship started in the 3rd grade. It all began at a UTEP basketball game. My dad enjoyed taking us to watch the UTEP women's team play basketball whenever he could. He was a die-hard Miner fan. UTEP's mascot is the Miners. And dreamt his kids would both attend his alma mater one day. Even in cold weather, he would bundle us up and we went to the games. He would explain the nuances of the games to us when we would pay attention. Usually, Kayla and I were more focused on trying to get on camera for the big screen. We would dance as much as possible during timeouts to get the attention of the camera person. Then we would scream when we saw our faces on the giant TV screen. During one game at the start of the 2nd grade, we noticed another set of siblings getting screen time besides us. These kids were crazy. They were dressed in orange and blue attire with UTEP hats. They even had face paint on to show support for the women's team. We were so impressed with their motivation and nonstop enthusiasm. Kayla nudged my dad to notice the only adult with the twins. Carrying a large bag of kettle corn, we saw their mom yelling at the referees as she found her seat next to the kids. She never took her eyes off the game, even as she walked across the seats to Camila and Ruben. Ruben looked over at us and waved. "You know him?" my dad asked. "Yeah, from school. Can we sit with them?" I asked. That was the last UTEP game we went to without Ruben, Camila, and their mom, Miss Lane. From that day on, we were best friends with the twins and their mom. We went to as many games as possible together. Sometimes we would go to Olive Garden before the games to get ourselves psyched up for a night of yelling and cheering on the UTEP players. Those games are still one of our favorite memories we have with my dad. As I approached the bus stop, I could hear Ruben sharing an idea for a new comic strip and Camila interrupting him with suggestions for the artwork to go with the comic. Ruben, Camila, and I were our own authors. We would create short stories, comic strips, even some poems. We made our writing pieces for us. Other kids didn't understand how excited we would get when a story would start to develop. We didn't care if people noticed or made jokes about us. Our parents supported us, and that was more important to us. Some kids don't like to admit their parents are cool. We knew our parents loved us. Some kids worried about who has a crush on who in class. We were oblivious to this drama. We liked learning and reading. We wondered about adult stuff like politics and human rights. The twins really got into music and music trivia. Our interests were wide and varied. We didn't worry about who heard our conversations. We just liked to learn as much as we could. And if that made us nerds, then nerds we were.